You've probably heard a million finance tips by now. Cut your coffee, budget harder, buy index funds, and yet you're still wondering why your bank account doesn't look like you want it to. Well, here's the truth. Most of the advice floating around either worked 20 years ago and doesn't anymore, or it's recycled, half-baked, and doesn't take into account the world we're living in today, 2025. We're going to go through finance tips that actually work in today's economy. Real, practical, tested strategies that you can use whether you're making $2,000 a month or $20,000. And here's my promise. No vague motivation, no impossible get-rich-quick stuff. Just clear, actionable tips that you can start using the minute this video ends. 1. The 2025 Money Reality Check. Before we dive into the tips, let's talk about why you even need a new approach in 2025. We've seen inflation drive up prices across the board. Groceries cost more. Housing is insane in many cities. Even small luxuries like streaming services keep creeping up in cost. On top of that, interest rates have been unpredictable. Great for savers in some accounts, but bad news if you've got debt. And let's not forget, AI and automation are changing the job market. Entire roles have disappeared. New ones have popped up. That means your income isn't guaranteed to stay the same forever. The point is, managing money in 2025 isn't just about cutting expenses. It's about protecting yourself, growing your income, and making smart moves that keep you ahead of the game. Let the points sink in. 2. The 3-account system. Most people keep all their money in one checking account and just wing it. That's a recipe for losing track. In 2025, a system I've seen work wonders is the 3-account method. 1. Main spending account. This is your day-to-day money. Bills, groceries, gas, subscriptions, it all comes from here. 2. Savings and emergency account. This is untouchable unless it's a real emergency or you're hitting a big goal like a home down payment. 3. Growth and investment account. This is where you put money that will work for you. Stocks, ETFs, real estate, side businesses, anything that generates income or grows in value. Why it works? It forces separation. You're not tempted to invest money you need for bills, and you're not accidentally spending money that was meant for long-term goals. Story: one of my friends implemented this and told me she finally stopped overdrafting. Why? Because she could see exactly what each account was for. And that mental clarity? Priceless. 3 minus 2. The 70/20/10 rule with a 2025 twist. You might have heard of budgeting rules like 50/30/20. But with inflation and higher living costs, I've seen the 70/20/10 method work better for most people right now. 70% needs plus wants combined. This covers your rent, bills, food, fund money, subscriptions, everything you actually spend. 20% savings and investments. This is non-negotiable. It's future you paying yourself. 10% freedom fund. This could be for travel, passion projects, learning a skill, or even charity. Why the twist? Combining needs and wants into one big bucket forces you to make trade-offs. If you spend more on dining out, you naturally spend less on clothes that month. It makes the budget flexible without letting it spiral. A client of mine in 2025 was spending $400 a month on Uber rides without realizing it. Once she had the 70/20/10 system, she cut that in half and invested the difference. Now that's over $2,000 a year going into her portfolio instead of into the back seat of a car. 4. Income stacking. Here's a truth bomb. You can only cut expenses so much. But there's no cap on how much you can earn. That's why in 2025, the smartest people I see are practicing income stacking, building multiple small income streams that add up. This could look like your main job, freelance or contract work, selling a digital product, renting out a room or property, affiliate marketing, consulting in your area of expertise. No one income stream has to make you rich, but together they give you stability and options. One guy I follow online drives for Uber 2 nights a week, sells templates on Etsy, and manages social media for a small business. None of those pay more than $500 to $1,000 a month each, but combined, he's adding $25,000 a year to his main salary. That's a down payment on a house in a few years. 5. The subscription audit. This one sounds basic until you do it and realize how much money is leaking out of your account. In 2025, subscriptions are sneaky. You've got Netflix, Spotify, gym memberships, cloud storage, meal kits, apps you don't even remember signing up for. Do a quarterly subscription audit. Print your last 3 months of bank statements. Highlight every subscription. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last 30 days. I had a coaching client who found over $180 per month in unused subscriptions. That's $2,160 a year, enough to max out a Roth IRA contribution in the US. Or in other countries, that's a solid chunk toward investments or debt payoff. Asterisk 6. The Pay Yourself First system. This is old school advice that still works, but most people still don't do it. Pay yourself first means the first thing you do when money hits your account is move a set amount to savings or investments. You treat your future self like a bill that must be paid. Automation is your friend here. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts the day after payday. If the money never sits in your checking account, you won't miss it. When I started doing this, I set up $300 per month to go straight into an index fund. At first, it felt like a sacrifice. But after 6 months, I didn't even notice it was gone, and now that account is growing like crazy. 7. The 5-year plan money map. Most people make money plans month to month. That's why they never build momentum. Instead, I want you to zoom out. Where do you want to be financially in 5 years? Debt-free? Owning a home? Running a business? Write it down. Then work backward. How much do you need to save or earn each year to get there? What investments will help you hit it? This one change turns your finances from reactive to proactive. 8. The hidden 2025 factor, financial adaptability. In the past, financial advice could stay the same for decades. In 2025, things move fast. New tech, changing job markets, interest rate swings. Adaptability is key. That means checking your plan every 6 to 12 months and adjusting. It's not about perfection, it's about staying in the game. The challenge. So here's my challenge. Pick one of these tips and implement it today. Not next month. Not when you feel ready. Today. Because every day you wait is a day you could be moving closer to financial freedom. And remember, money isn't just for surviving. It's a tool for living life on your terms.